Namaste, Witchlings. Hello, hello, hello. All right, there we go. Chaos reigns in my house. As always, how is everybody out there doing today? Oh, that was a very cold necklace. Whew. All right. Like I said, I gotta put my makeup mess away. Please bear with me. I am just... Oh, not too bad today, but not as good as I could be, if that makes any sense at all. For those of you wondering how Fuzzbutt is doing, he pooped this morning. Yay! But we will give you a further update shortly. I'm really happy about how he's doing. Far less stressed, but still stressed. He's still not quite acting his normal goofy ass self, but it is better. All right. Yeah. So we will give a full update once I'm done playing with makeup. All right. Good enough for now. I got the majority of it put away. That makes me feel better. All right. I am working very, very hard on controlling my chaos, and it's a work in progress. I doubt it will ever be, fully controlled, but hey, we're getting better. All right. Last thing I gotta do is this. Okay. Oh, he has. He has been getting so much love and so many pets and snuggles. He is definitely aware of how beloved he is in this house. I actually found a cat specialist in the next bigger town, and we went to see them, and he did really well. Just kind of chilled out. Very well behaved for the vets. Big surprise there. He normally is, but... So, things are going pretty well. As much as I love this applicator, I don't want to get red all over it, so... Haha. Well, that's not... wipey. There it is. Hey. But, I can't complain overly much. Although I am kind of pissed off at Sergeant. Daddy took his eyes off of Sergeant for 2 seconds last night while I was out. And the furry little asshole decided to sneak into the bedroom and eat all of the cat food. So, he was a happy boy. The cat, on the other hand, not so much. Oh, I missed and didn't give my soda. Give me just a second. Can you, I need to get up for a second. I forgot to grab something. I feel stupid. All right. Oh, sorry. I didn't realize the chair had turned that much. Okay. All right. Okay, puppy is in... I am fixing puppy. Right, there we go. There we go. All right. I think I'm fixed now. Yay. Oh, candle. That's true. They would not fix me. Oh, that's not where... That's where I stashed them. Right? Yes. Hallelujah, my memory worked. And I just yeeted the candle. Yay. Okay. Had to replace the candle and then got it into my hand and yeeted it. Alright, I said yay. I accidentally yeeted the candle and I managed to rescue it, so yay. Both. Alright. Chaos reigns. Yay, we have a John, we have a Bean. I am so happy to see everybody. Oh, dear Lord. The entire stick of butter. Oh my gosh, that was a happy dog for a little bit. Until the lactose kicked in. That is why there's a reason you should not give dogs or cats dairy products. Dogs and cats are lactose intolerant and it will very much upset their tummies. Little teeny bit okay, like a little bit of cheese. Cheese isn't bad, but milk itself is very, very, very bad for them. You should not give kittens. You should not give cats a bowl of cream. It will make them very sick. Learned that one the hard way. All right. Now, candle is prepped. I have a little bit of coffee. I have my soda. This can get put over here. Earrings. That was the other thing. All right. Oh. Poor Bean. Yeah. Oi. Yep. Slightly yeah. After cleaning up that, yep. Dude, these things are awesome. So, I have a lump in my ear that I put a pimple patch on. The lump is much smaller. I am very happy. Alright, what earrings am I wearing today? I'm wearing the hematite and rose quartz. There we go. That's a shitty deal. Y'all are awesome. Alright, so while we wait for everybody else to come in, which I doubt is going to happen, I am going to do our digital housekeeping and say, please be mindful of the energy you bring into my space, and you will be respectful in my chat, because if you are not, Arnold and the mods will be finding your ass with the band hammer.
Hasta la vista, baby.
All right, there we go. Got it. Yep, there's a whopping 4 in there. Oh wow, yeah, we got the crew today. Well, minus Mimi, but otherwise we got the crew today. The only 2 people missing are Mimi and Irish and Echo. So 3 people. Overall, we're doing good. Oh, and I found my freaking nail thing. It was sitting right out in plain sight behind my laptop. Go frickin' figure, right? And I remember putting it in plain sight because I'm like, I am going to need this later. I need it to be where I can see it. Did I see it? Nope. Christ on a cracker. All right, now take my sip of coffee and let's get moving. I see that. All right. How is everybody doing here? Wait, we've already figured that out. All right. Ha. It's a Hazel. Hey, Hazel. Oh, that sounds frightening and cool at the same time, Bean. I remember the first time I saw one of my teachers in the wild. It was bizarre. I was a 4th grader. Yeah. Yeah, we were grocery shopping, and I was a fourth grader, and we ran into my teacher at the grocery store, and I was just, yep. That whole, what are you doing here? You're supposed to be at school. Don't you live at school? Thankfully, by fourth grade, I had figured out that, my teacher didn't live at school and actually had a family of their own. But yeah, that's like, I still have. I'm glad to know that, John. I still have my brain glitches slightly when I run into one of my kids' teachers or now former teachers at school or at the store and shit. It's yeah, no kidding. That would be like the Ronald McDonald House. No, not Ronald McDonald. What's the one that's at the frickin' Cheese and Crackers? Ronald McDonald. I am buffering again. Well, Andrea just said I'm buffering again. I don't see it on my end, though. But what's... Might be Andrea's internet. Okay. I'm not... Might? I don't know. So my mic is not in the normal spot, so we're figuring this out. All right, so... Hey, Mimi. Oh, goodness. Yeah. Good grief. Y'all should hear my stomach. It is not happy today. It is making its presence known. There we go. That's better. I swear to God, you raised it for something yesterday. Okay. Sorry, we gotta fix the camera. Make sure everything's where it belongs. Yawn, smack, smack. Okay. All right, there we go. Oof. 3 a.m. Yeesh. That's about when I was crawling in bed. Mimi was getting up about the time I crawled in bed. All right, here we go. Oh, goodness. All right, here we go, y'all. Today's reading. Today's reading reminds us to lay down our burdens and open to love's flow. The Ten of Rods reversed calls for rest, while the reversed King and Knight of Cups teach emotional balance and renewal. Namaste says relax the body. Self-compassion says make peace within. Thoreau and Wu Men remind us to look inward and truly see ourselves. All right, so who's taking bets that I'm going to pour coffee down my front at some point today? Namaste, Witchlings! Welcome, welcome, welcome one and all to Di's Daily Divinations and Self-Care. This is where magic meets mindfulness, where we weave together the sacred spiral flow, honoring the day, listening to the cards, and caring for ourselves along the way. So, Welcome back, or if you are new here, hey, hi, hello, and welcome. Each day we flow with the sacred spiral, and I am Dai, your favorite yoga witch, and guide through it. So let's step into today's spiral together. So go grab your favorite crystal. I have my garnet that is eating or being eaten by quartz. Light your candle or incense, cozy up with your coffee, tea, or whatever brew fills your mug today, and let's step into today's spiral of wisdom and self-care together. Don't forget to do the whole like, share, and subscribe thing, because that keeps our Witchling circle growing and keeps our daily spiral turning. My nose is sniffly. It is that time of year. All right. Yeah. The hiccups have been banished. Yay! Go get some sleep, Bean. Ow. 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 Yeah, we used to threaten the hiccup fairy's life on a regular basis in this house. Ooh, Bean got sushi. I'm not a sushi person, but I know people love it, so I can get excited for them. Yeah, a lot of us are very worried about the state of our country right now, the state of our world, because, yeah, it's insanity. Ooh, Hazel has an agate. Agates are so pretty. I have to give a huge shout out to a local restaurant here in town. If you are familiar with the show Twin Peaks, I am referring to the Double R. The current owner, it is currently named Tweeds. And the current owner is giving free kids meals to SNAP recipients, 20% off their meal to SNAP recipients, and they have started taping receipts for prepaid meals to a space inside the door, so that if you cannot afford to eat, you can come in, grab one of the prepaid receipts, and take it and hand it to your waitress, and that is what your meal will be. My understanding is you can come in and offer to purchase a meal for someone to be put up on the wall. I think it is one of the most amazing things that my community has done. I love it. Hazel says she hopes wealthy people won't abuse it. Honestly, knowing the people of my town, while yes, we have a large MAGA population, and we have a rather large wealthy population. I mean, come on, we're a Microsoft, a Nintendo, and Amazon bedroom community. I mean, we have the Nintendo warehouse here in town. Most of our more well-off neighbors are really honest and genuine and are more likely to be the ones to stop in and sponsor a meal. I love my community here. We've got some really amazing people. But it's just, I hope to see more of our community restaurants stepping up and doing that. I actually know the owner of 2 restaurants here in town and a third one up on the next town over, and I'm hoping. All right, so moving on. I'm sorry I distracted myself, but I absolutely love what is going on right now. Yes, I will address this more. I'm so happy about it. All right, shall we move on? We have birthdays today. Yay! All right. So, we have a Witchling Ohana. I'm not sure exactly whose family member they are, but they are notated as a relative in my notes. So we have Marcia celebrating a birthday today, and I hope it is a wonderful day. And then I have a classmate from high school who is a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful lady. Ticia, I hope you have an awesome birthday as well. So happy birthday to those celebrating birthdays today. Yay! All right, and then we are still holding space and sending love and juju to Will, my friend, who is recovering from surgery. As I light the flame, may our light be a beacon of hope and light in the darkness for those stumbling and lost along the way. I also hold light for survivors and victims of gun violence in this country. Maybe someday offer more than just thoughts and prayers. With the lighting of our candle, our circle is closed, and we invite the ancestors to join us here. All right, now don't forget to do the whole like, share, and subscribe thing because it helps our Witchling circle grow, and it does keep our daily spiral turning. Now you go back where you belong. Now, I know. Hey, dropping the tea. Good to see you. I am broadcasting both vertical and horizontal. You are in the horizontal chat. So, I will be talking to the people in the other one. You can see their chat on the side of the screen. We have dropping the tea popping in the landscape chat. So, let's say hi. Okay. Now, let's take a peek at what holidays are weaving their way through the spiral of this day. What are our holidays? All right. So we have four holidays today. We have books. We have Books for Treats Day, Girl Scout Founders Day, and National Increase Your Psychic Powers Day, and finally National Magic Day. That's a mouthful, I tell ya. Books for Treats Day. Instead of candy, hand out stories. Books for Treats Day encourages us to give the gift of imagination to trick-or-treaters. Stories nourish young minds far longer than sugar ever could. This is literally magic, sparking curiosity, compassion, and creativity with every page. Next, we have Girl Scout Founders Day. On this day in 1860, Julia Gordon Low, the visionary who founded the Girl Scouts, was born. She believed in courage, confidence, and character, qualities every witchling can honor. Gather your sisters, not just your sisters. Bake something sweet and do a good turn today in her honor. National Increase Your Psychic Powers Day. The veil is thinnest tonight. Perfect timing for sharpening your intuition. Pull a few cards, scribe by candlelight, or simply journal your dreams. Your intuition is your soul speaking. Give it space to whisper and be still enough to listen. And check out Matt Oren's book, Psychic Witch, for some exercises to help strengthen that muscle. National Magic Day. Today celebrates the art of illusion and the everyday magic we weave with intention. Whether you're conjuring a spell, creating art, or simply manifesting joy, remember, magic is not about tricks, it's about transformation. And last but not, wait, was that the last one today? It was. I thought I had another one. Brain. All right. Brain thought there was another one. There were like 3 others I wanted to mention, but didn't, because it's one of those days. Oh yeah, Samhain. I tend to ignore the fact that it is, the actual well-known holidays. Let's please remember also that tomorrow is Samhain, which was the Celtic precursor to the modern-day Halloween. See. Mimi was a Girl Scout. That doesn't surprise me. Hey, Irish. Yes. Have a blessed and happy Samhain Eve. I am so happy. Yes, he tried to, Hazel. I just finished off my coffee. I swear to God, me breathing is enough to try to flicker the flame on my candle. I am so afraid I'm going to blow it out. All right. Ha. I have a heating pad on my lower back. Yep, I saw that. That would be Irish. Right. It is that time of year when everybody is fighting some insomnia. One of the bonus kids was fighting it 2 nights ago, 3 nights ago. My oldest was fighting with it night before last. And surprisingly, I'm not battling it yet. That will probably be tomorrow night. When the veil gets thinner, so many of us battle the insomnia, and it's really, really frustrating and annoying. Hold on, I gotta see something. Okay, it is my imagination. Losing my mind here. Ooh, Jade Heart. I have, let's see. I cannot remember what kind of stone it is, but I have my little star. One of these days I need to do what my uncle did with his and write little notes to stick with my rocks. Oh, have a good one, Andrea. It's okay. I get it. All right. I want more crystals. Yes. I know how that goes. Something I would love to be able to offer. And you know what? I'm going to grab the notebook so I can write it down. I want to offer crystals at my booths when I'm at fairs. And I love the Crystal of the Month clubs that I have been able to subscribe to. I would love to do a Die the Yoga Witch Crystal of the Month club. Crystal of the Month club. And it's an Echo. Hey, Echo. Yes, John, insomnia sucks so bad. I honestly think the reason many of us battle insomnia worse this time of year is because of the veil. I know that I am sensitive to start with, but my emotional stability is not there for the month of October. So, yeah. We're doing okay, Echo. Oh, catch everybody up on the fuzzy butts. We gave a brief update. So I took him yesterday to a kitty specialist. And he chilled out. He was pretty content and happy while we were there. They did x-rays. He cooperated beautifully for the x-rays. Let me tell you, getting to see the contents of his tummy was kind of cool. And they were also able to see that there was no blockage. He's not in here. I don't think. Oh, there's a sergeant. Yes, he's here at my feet. So he's doing good. He pooped this morning. Yay! That was the best news. We got home. We got home from the hospital and I fed the dogs. And then, did he eat after I got back? No. Yeah. So, I dropped him off, fed the dogs, and then went out to grab dinner with my bonus kid. And then after we got back, he just chowed down on his food and was drinking some water. So that was very, very good to see. And then Daddy heard him, because he squeaks when he drinks. It's the cutest thing. Daddy heard him drinking some water this morning. So he is still hiding under the bed, which is not normal behavior. Oh, yay, out there or in there. Okay, so, apparently he is not hiding under the bed, but he is still not in his usual spot. So I think he's just pissed off at us. And one of the people from the hospital that I took him to last night called to check on him. And when I said, I think he's figured out that if he hides under the bed for too long, Mom drags him out and drags him to the doctor. So he's going to stop doing that for a little bit. And she laughed and agreed. Yeah, he probably has put those two together. But he appears to be on the mend. He's still acting like he's in a little bit of pain, but we did discover some mild arthritis in his hips. He's 10 years old. That was, absolutely no shocker. But fingers crossed that things are going to be back to normal soon. Sarge decided to eat all of the cat food last night between me leaving to go get my own dinner and coming home and the cat eating. So that was entertainment. But one less stress to deal with. Thank you, Goddess. And thank you guys all for your concern about the furry overlord. We appreciate it. And this can go on the keyboard for now. All right. Now let's see what the cards have to tell us today. Now that I've updated everybody on the furry little monster. Yes. Okay, that works. We are turning off the chat for the cards. Oracle cards. Aha. All right. Our first Oracle card is Inconsistencies. Next, I was disillusioned. And finally, there will be a return. Before I noticed the inconsistencies, I wandered through the fog of I was disillusioned, unsure of what was truth and what was illusion. But my heart still whispers hope that there will be a return to peace and calm where clarity settles like moonlight over still waters. What do y'all think? And then the tarot. Tarot. Okay. Our first tarot card today is the reversed 10 of Rods. Rid yourself of obligations and responsibilities and have an opportunity to relax. Next. Reversed King of Cups. Possessiveness and jealousy abound. You need to be more secure and positive about the future. Everything in moderation. Last but not least, the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups signifies a gallant man with a marriage or a proposal of an emotional nature. The Ten of Rods reversed whispers that it is time to lay down your burdens, my witchling. Shed those obligations and responsibilities that have been weighing on your spirit so you can finally rest and breathe. The reversed King of Cups warns of jealousy and possessiveness swirling around you, a storm born of insecurity. But take heart, because the Knight of Cups rides even closer, gallant and sincere, bringing with them an offer of love, devotion, or deep emotional connection that may just change the rhythm of your heart. What do y'all think of that one? Go steady, Echo. Haha. All right. Nope. Yeah, that's fine. Yep. I think I scratched my nose. Oh, Echo, your school and sleep is more important than we are, honey. Yes, Fuzzbud is going to be okay. Yay. All right. And now, my witchlings, let's braid the oracle and tarot together, bringing their voices into one sacred spiral message. You've been carrying too much for too long, and the Ten of Rods reversed urges you to set those burdens down. The reversed King of Cups warns of emotional storms, jealousy, insecurity, fear of loss, but the Knight of Cups gallops in with warmth, romance, and renewal. The heart opens again when you release control and allow love and all its sacred mess to flow freely through you. All right. And our affirmation. I release the burdens that are not mine to bear and trust the flow of emotion to carry me toward peace. I open my heart to love without fear, to connection without control, and to the beauty of beginnings born from release. My spirit is light, my heart brave, my love unbound. I like it. What do you guys think? I am very much enjoying the affirmations. There we go. Still trying to figure out how to operate with nails again, so. Good. I'm loving the affirmations because they just, hey, they resonate with me. Haha. Oh, really? So John says that last week in his tarot course, he discussed how I do my tarot reading, provide the interpretation of the tarot, and then I do the same for the oracle, and then I merge them. I don't know why I started doing it that way. It just felt right, which is pretty much what you do with the tarot and the oracle. You go with your intuition. And my intuition was screaming that this is the way to do things, especially when you get the decks that go together, such as the Cozy Witch has 2 different oracles that it works with. And the consensus was, John, it's a brilliant idea. I love that. I love knowing that others agree with me and that I'm doing the right thing. Yay! It makes me feel better. Yeah. That is true. So, the man behind the curtain and I have a witchy content creator that we follow. Absolutely adore her. I talk about her all the time. It's the Grumpy Old Crone. And she was discussing tarot readers. Some of the 3-card draws, not like mine. Mine is in a slightly gray area. And she pointed out that we don't want people to become dependent on our readings. It's similar to Miss Cleo in the 80s and the psychic hotlines. So we ride a very fine line of ethics there, and I try very, very hard to ride that line. There is also, that is one of the advantages to my belonging to the Spiritual Practitioners Association. We have a code of ethics. And one of the conversations we've been having a lot lately is how do we deal with a client whose needs outstrip what we can provide? While we are well within our rights to turn a customer away, legally, is that ethical? Or is it ethical to take money from someone for a service that we know is not going to help them? That has been one of our discussions, and it is something I keep in mind. For a few months, I had a young adult who was contacting me every month to do a reading for them. And while I very much appreciated the trust and the income, I still worried because I'm like, okay, yes, we are discussing very important things in your life and you are taking my advice, but please don't rely on just me, kind of a thing. And if you can't afford this, please, I'm not going to, demand that you do it. So, yeah. I agree with John. It's pretty bad if a person gets dependent on the cards. But we saw it in the 80s with Miss Cleo. People, especially older women, would be calling into the psychic hotlines daily. And these things charge like $10 a minute. And these women would follow the psychic advice to the letter. I mean, like the gospel truth, that they would obey the psychic more than they would the Bible, if that makes sense. Yep. Okay. So Hazel is saying, because Hazel is studying to become a mental health practitioner. In psychology, our ethical code would involve reaching out to colleagues, helping as much as we can, and providing them contact with people that can assist further than we can. Essentially, that is what we have decided. We will take on a client, and if it gets to that point, we'll be like, okay, we have a couple of options here. I cannot help you further than this. So your option is I refund your money and we part ways. No harm, no foul. I continue the reading, and I can advise you on this aspect of what you're asking, but this part of it is way beyond my scope of ability. And I personally will say, okay, so, hi, trauma survivor. This is what I would do in your shoes. I am not telling you to do this, but you need more help than I can give. So that's kind of where we're at. Yeah, my cards, the oracles, the tarot, and my advice is not a replacement for therapy. I am not a therapist or a social worker. I am just a survivor. Yep. I will get to you in a second, John. Mimi, yes, I found them. I had them sitting right out in plain sight behind my laptop screen. The best way to hide shit from me is put it right out in plain sight. John says that he doesn't do medical questions or questions. How does this person feel about me? No. I will tell you how they feel about you, potentially, if the cards share, but I will not tell you how to make that person fall in love with you, because I am not one to manipulate another one's free will. That goes against my personal code of ethics. It kind of goes along with the do no harm but take no shit. Psychic stalking is a big no, yes. And yeah, part of what makes me a horrible salesperson is the fact that there are certain things I will not do. I don't care how much money you're willing to pay me. I will not do it. Sometimes. But if I'm, as he says, I could have a hard time selling water to a thirsty man in the desert because, well, I'm more likely to just hand it to them at that point. Oh, that's awesome, Mimi. Mimi found an energy drink called Alani, 3 grams of carbs, and it doesn't have anything else in it that's bad for her with her diabetes and other stuff. Yay! Happy to hear that one. All right, let's move on to the self-care aspect of the show on that note. Let's do the time warp. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Let's do our self-care. Namaste. Oh, dear Lord, it's this card. Namaste says, relax your body. Relaxing your body promotes tranquility and, when done before bed, promotes more restful sleep. While in a comfortable position, consciously move through each part of your body and release any tension. Close your eyes and start at the top of your head and forehead. Hold your eyelids together softly, tilt your head back oh so slightly, and straighten your spine. Relax your ears, your mouth, your neck, and your shoulders. Move to your chest, your stomach, and your buttocks, thighs, calves, and feet. Stay in this relaxed state for some time before returning to your daily routine or go right to sleep. For an enhanced experience, imagine your breath entering each part of your body as you release the tension. And that, my friends, is Namaste. What do you guys think? All right. Next, we have self-compassion. Self-compassion asks us to be making peace. Ask yourself. Yep. My brain ain't working today. Self-compassion is asking us to make peace. Ask yourself if there is any part of you that resists self-compassion. If so, ask that part, how are you trying to keep me safe? Can you attend to those needs rather than attacking? I like it. Glasses would be good. Hey, Pink. All right. I like that, John. That works. And John is often, and the reason we have to tell convoluted stories about is because there are so many people out there who will not just accept the word no as an answer. They need to know why. I was supposed to go to work as a phone psychic. Hi, I do actually have something of a gift. I hate calling myself psychic. But I asked the person who was hiring me, what am I supposed to say when it's bad news or I just can't pick up on what's going on? And I was told when it's bad news, just tell them you can't see anything. It's clouded, it's in the fog or whatever, but whatever you do, do not give them that bad news. And I'm like, well, that sucks. Oh, I am so sorry, Pink. Sore throats are awful. Be careful, very, very, very careful, because unfortunately one of the first symptoms of the current version of COVID is a tickly and sore throat. So please be careful. I agree with Hazel saying the self-compassion card is difficult for her. It's difficult for many of us. All right. Next, we honor the goddess of the day, a divine presence to inspire, guide, and walk with us on today's spiral. Okay. Had to sound out the name. Tonatiuhtli, the Mexican creatrix and lady of flesh, embodies both life's tender beginning and death's serene return. She watches over the souls of departed children, ensuring their journey between worlds remains gentle and full of love. Flowers, especially marigolds, are her sacred bridge between realms, symbolizing beauty that endures even through endings. On Angelitos Day, honor Tonatiuhtli, there we go, by preparing offerings for departed little ones. Bake sweets or cakes decorated with symbols of death and leave them near a candle and photo of the child you wish to remember. Scatter marigold petals to guide their spirit home and light a lamp to invite their gentle visitation. As you share in their favorite foods, remember that death is not an ending but a reunion through love, hope, and sacred remembrance. What do you guys think of today's goddess? I absolutely adore the message of this one. Hard, but I adore her. Well, I try to make sure people know, because the man behind the curtain lives with long COVID, and I would hate to see anyone have to deal with that. And your chances of developing long COVID are worse if you don't catch it quickly. So, there is hope. That is cool to know. Sorry. The man behind the curtain just found something out in one of the windows we have open. Thank you, John. I try. Don't forget, though, when we are done with this and we go into chilling with the Witchlings, we get the Seasons of the Witch Samhain Oracle. But first, finally, we close our divination with our moment of Zen, a teaching from the Little Book of Zen to carry into your day. We have quotes from Henry David Thoreau and Wu Men. Thoreau tells us, "It is as hard to see oneself as to look backwards without turning around." Wu Men asks us, "Search back into your own vision. Think back to the mind that thinks. Who is it?" That's deep. What do y'all think? All right, my witchlings, that is our reading for the day. So, it is time to wrap up our show for the day, my witchlings. As we open our circle with the extinguishing of our candle, let us extend our eternal gratitude to the ancestors who joined us today. And with the veil between the worlds thin, betting we had a few. All right, now, before we go, I do have a quick little reminder that this channel is supported entirely by the Witchling community. There are no corporate sponsors here, simply magic and love. And now, my darlings, I leave you with our closing blessing. Haha, there we go. Okay. May your breath Starting over. May your breath be soft, your shoulders unburdened, your heart open. May peace find you in stillness, and may love, pure, patient, and wild, find its way back to you. As you walk through the rest of your day, may you carry this calm within you, a gentle reminder that you are whole, you are worthy, and you are always becoming. Namaste, my witchlings. Now let's go out and spread love. Whoops. Now let's go out and spread love, joy, and kindness, because there is already enough darkness and hate. Let's try to be beacons of hope and light for those lost and stumbling in the dark. Be sure to tell your loved ones, whether they walk on two legs, fly with wings, curl up with fur, glide with scales, or tiptoe on tiny paws and claws, that they are absolutely precious, because moments slip away faster than we expect, and those last goodbyes often come far too soon. And then, my darling witchlings, please always, always, always remember, you are loved, you are wanted, you are needed, and you genuinely do have a purpose here, even if you have not discovered it yet. I was 45 before I did. I love you all, my witchlings. Namaste, witchlings. Hello, hello, I am back. Man. Okay. Am I dressing up for tomorrow? You know, I was planning on wearing a specific t-shirt, but I have not found it. So yes, I probably will. I have this wonderful witch costume that I bought while I worked at Torrid. I'll probably throw something over. I should have. Oh. The man behind the curtain said I should have done today's holiday segment in costume. But back to, I have this really adorable witch costume that I picked up from Torrid while I worked at Torrid. Did not realize I couldn't wear a costume to work. So, I wore it once. And it was while the man behind the curtain was still working at the casino. And our roommate and I popped up to the casino Halloween night to, hang out and pick him up to bring him home. And we went to the deli at the casino. There is a point to this. We went to the deli, And I sat in a specific chair. And we had a snack, waited for him to get off work. And I went back to the casino 6 months later. And went to sit in the same chair and started laughing my ass off because my witch costume sheds glitter. I mean, it sheds glitter. 6 months later, there is still glitter in this chair from my ass. It was hilarious. I should have taken a picture of it, but I didn't think to. I have no idea. Echo has decided to give up on studying. I do hope that's just for the evening. Studying is important. So Hazel's going to be a bee. Echo is going to be a ghost with light up blue sunglasses. Yep. There's noise in the next room. Okay, good to know. But yeah, it's... Yes, because, yes. Uh-huh. Yep. Because of tomorrow. Yup. I know. We'll figure it out. I've been going insane trying to figure out if I was hearing noise on the other side of my wall because the spawn should be at work until I realized it's the day before Halloween and he did the haunt. All right. Boom, 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 boom. I am currently shuffling the Samhain oracles. Echo says, just for today, plan on studying mostly one Saturday. Yep. French, English, and maths. 2 study groups throughout the week. Good. A butterfly and just your plain old self. You're scary enough. I don't think you're scary. My business mentor has the most adorable butterfly costume. Not sure she'll be dressing up tomorrow, though. I have not seen her in a while, and I is sad. I'll probably pop down to the shop next time she has one of her pop-ups just to say hi. I have not talked to Amy in a few days. I do know that the eldest cousin is not home. The eldest cousin is visiting her parents. Her sister-in-law is in a foreign country, and so her husband is bouncing between the houses more than he usually does. So there's a lot of chaos going on in that house right now, and I have a feeling Amy is just busy. I do need to touch base with her soon because, like I said, I haven't talked to her in a few days, and that is not normal. I did, however, see a snarky comment from her in the Discord about one of the holidays, so I know she's alive. Yeah. I haven't seen her in a couple of days. Doink. Alright, I think I have shuffled these thoroughly. There is a sergeant moving. Hi, Sergeant Puppy. So, yeah, Mimi sent us some kitties. Boom. There we go. Yeah. There we go. Got them. Alright, y'all just watch me shuffle them. We'll pull them. Ow. As soon as man behind the curtain hides chat. There we go. Alright, now reminder. I will pull the card. I will read the book because these are brand new cards to me. So, let's see what card number 1. Number 1 is... Apples reversed. Alright. So, reversed apples is... That's ancestors. Almost there. Okay, so the apples keywords are deception, mistrust, and rotten. To taste, one must swallow it whole, and beneath the satin flame hides drowning waters. Ooh. Reversed. Don't be a rotten apple. When this card is reversed, it is telling you to be mindful of how you direct your energy toward others. Often someone will attack another out of jealousy and fear, or you may be lashing out at someone for something that has nothing to do with them. But throwing someone under the bus always brings negative karma onto yourself tenfold. Evil never wins, and neither will you if you attempt to harm someone so that you can get ahead. Know that you can still achieve your dreams without stepping on others. Also know that directing your emotions toward others will not solve your problems. Oof, who were they screaming at? Next, we have the cover card. We have Reflection. So, reflection, number 32, 31. Hey, I'm doing pretty good here. Okay, so reflection, keywords are truth and fear. Be wary of things you believe to see with eyes wide shut, for they are mirrors of the mad and truths only spoken with a bleeding tongue. Reflection shows you the person you've become, for better or for worse. It shows the parts of yourself you wish you could hide and the parts that are to your liking. Your reflection has no desire to hide your truth. You are being guided to acknowledge who you are at this time. Looking to the future is great, and so is setting goals. But how can you make a plan for where you're going if you haven't come to terms with where you are now? It can be challenging to stand in the truth of who you are today. No one wants to say, I'm overweight, or I'm in debt, or I'm sabotaging my goals. However, pretending these circumstances do not exist is like hiding under a sheet of paper in a rainstorm. It will protect you for a few moments, but eventually the water will soak through, and you will be forced to face your reality. Or, in this case, your reflection. Reflection has come into your reading to ask you to be honest with yourself. Stop hiding from the situation you are facing. You must use where you are as a starting place for any real change to occur. Okay, that was card number 2. And finally, reversed mischief. Yes. He asked, isn't tonight the night of mischief? Yes, we will discuss that in a moment. All right. Mischief reversed. Our keywords are clever and naughty. Keep your eyelids open and sight sharp as nails, for there is something trailing behind your tail. Reversed. Be warned, when you have pulled the card Mischief in reverse, there are people around you who may not have your best interests at heart or will seek to step on your back for their personal gain. Likewise, a situation may not be as it seems. There could be hidden dangers lying in wait. Be watchful and make sure you look around corners before moving ahead. So, mischief and apples are kind of going together here. What do y'all think? And that, my friends, is Seasons of the Witch. Haha. Oh. I believe Monday we did not record, but I can redo one. I am loving this. All right. Let's see what the chat has to say now. Rawr. My tummy is growling. I have considered ASMR. I just haven't tried it yet. Hazel asked if I had considered ASMR. All right. That is true. Have you listened to the guided meditations, Hazel? Because it's much the same way I talk that way. Or then. I can talk. Sometimes. Maybe. I hope. Yeah, my guided meditations are very much an ASMR voice. It's kind of fun. Go get some rest, Echo. We will talk to you soon. Yeah, they put me to sleep. Yep. See, I am a huge fan of Will and Grace. I came into it well after the original series had ended, but I discovered it, and then when they rebooted it, I was so beyond happy. One of the episodes towards the end of the reboot, Grace, I don't think she's pregnant yet. But yeah, she's pregnant, and Will is looking to have a surrogate mother because he wants a child as well. And he ends up settling on Demi Lovato as his baby mama. And she is a podcaster and an ASMR person. And one of my most vivid memories of an episode is Karen and I can't remember the actor. Sean's character they're in her apartment because they've driven Will up, and she's doing an ASMR, and Karen is clicking her fingernails because she's got the tips, and then she grabs her bottle of meds and shakes the meds into the microphone, and she's like, "Now, can you identify what pills those were?" And I had to laugh so hard at that point because once upon a time, courtesy of everything that I've got going on here, I was on so many different meds, but I could take my meds in the dark because if I shook the bottle, I knew which bottle of meds I had picked up because they just sound different. Yep. Tablets versus capsules versus, big tablets. Yeah, it's, and then, Raisinets, nerds versus Tic Tacs versus Raisinets. Yeah. Sorry, I have to unbraid my hair because I keep realizing I missed a lock when I braided it the other day. So, but ASMR is really, really fascinating because it tweaks with your brain waves, and it can either cause you to become very, very, very relaxed or not relaxed. Yeah. Depending on the noise, there are some ASMR noises that are intended to agitate. And some noises that if you live with misophonia, they are just fingernails on a chalkboard for you. So yeah, some people enjoy the sound of someone chewing. Most of us do not. And then you get those with misophonia who just want to make it stop. Yep. Hazel is saying squeaky styrofoam ASMR would not be pleasant. My spawn would hate it. Yep. My spawn would hate it. Squeaky styrofoam is one of those sounds that he will go to the ends of the earth to avoid it. And me, I'm the genius mom. He has a summer birthday. He was up at the lake for his birthday a couple of years back, and they needed a cooler. I was at the grocery store, could not for the life of me figure out where our coolers were, so I bought a, temporary cooler, not thinking about the fact that it was styrofoam, and this child absolutely despises even the feel of styrofoam. So yeah, that was brilliant. Kevin, sometimes, pardon me, but I have an irritation in my nose right now, so I'm scratching it. Yes, that was a Oh, dear Luna. What are you doing, baby girl? What are you after? Are you trying to get to Sarge? Okay, there. You can get to Sarge now. He's not going to be happy with you, sweet girl. He's going to rip your nose off. Thank you. With his one little snaggle tooth. Baby girl, what's the matter? Since she rarely comes in and says hi to us. Hi, sweet girl. Unfortunately, she will not jump up into my lap to say hi. That's why, yeah. Fuzzbutt has her bed occupied, and she normally goes in and hangs out in her bed. Yeah, I'm not surprised there are people who have huge microphones and out recording people doing weird shit today. Hi, sweet boy. How is you? Oh, you okay? Come say hi. Hi, baby. Oh, you're a good pupper. Yeah. Look at this man. Look at this old man. Little man. What are you doing? Alright. Can you get down? Mommy has work. I gotta go back to work, baby. I gotta talk to them. Yeah. Can I talk to them now? I know. He's a good boy. Hi, go. What? What? Oh, I know. We will go out in a little bit, okay? Hop down. I know. Oof. As you whack your face into my hand. Are you going now, too? He's got the snaggletoofer at me. Alright. I love these guys. They very much do make life better. No. No. He does think he's a lapdog. He very much thinks he's a lapdog. No, I will take him out. So, yeah, he thinks he's a lapdog. Especially if I'm in the recliner. He will climb up in the recliner with me. I love him. He drives me insane, but I love him. Yep. Hazel is saying that the squeak of styrofoam sends electricity through her body. Yep. Through her body. There we go. I know there are sounds that do that to me, but I cannot for the life of me remember. Yeah. That's okay. Now Sarge wants to go out. Yeah, not supposed to acknowledge their existence when I'm doing this, but yet she will headbutt my chair. There is no way to ignore either of the big dogs when I'm doing this. Sarge is easy because he's football sized. He's a cranky puppy though. He's a little old man, but we love him. Oh, where did I put the notebook? I had ideas last night. Okay, we're gonna poll the chat again. I had an idea that went along with the fact that I'm doing the self-care. Because, you know, as the man behind the curtain observed earlier, one of the things that sets me apart from other online tarot readers... Hey, Dua! One of the things that sets me apart from the other online tarot readers is the fact that I do the self-care cards. I do the Namaste, I do the self-compassion, I do the affirmations, etc., etc. So, what other things would you guys be interested in ordering from us? I want to do a line of teas to go along with the self-care stuff and potentially with the spell kits and light and go candles. I want to do spell sachets that are going to be similar to my spell kits. I am going to be making portable altars, which I see a lot of them. They'll use Altoid tins and they'll have like a tea light, a couple of crystals, couple of, you know, like See if my fingers will cooperate. You know, like this size crystals or the double points, double terminated points like that. I'm going to do those. But would you guys be interested in affirmation cards or decks? And a self-care line. A Die the Yoga Witch self-care line. None of these are going to happen any time real soon, but they are things that are bubbling in my head as to something we could do. Oh, sorry about the funky picture. He's playing with something. I'm not sure what he's going to show us. The kits and the cards. Okay. The witchy bath bombs. I forgot to tell you, I was also looking at soaps and bath bombs. Okay, so. And if I don't make them, I will connect with one of the other vendors at the witches market and see if I can connect with them and basically cross promote. Because that's the way I do shit. I know, Hazel says, nothing like turning your bath into a cauldron. I am so sorry, Sarge. I didn't mean to kick you. Didn't actually kick him. It was more I went this way into his tush with my toes. Thank you, John. I appreciate that. Mimi is saying she likes the kits and the cards. Those I'm honestly very excited about doing. The spell kits, just, yeah. Because I love those myself. I am a lazy witch. If I can get a pre-made kit, I am happy as a clam. But I also don't like to think for myself half the time because I spent so many years thinking for 7 people. That was pleasant. Also, I am trying to decide if I'm going to offer this to the YouTubers or just the, Discord kids or family. But I want to make little pins or necklaces that will be a coven mate of the sacred spiral. I have an idea as to what the pendant will be. Give me just a sec. Donk, 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 boing. I make funny noises. It's great. The jewelry is what one of the other things that I am most excited about because I love being creative and yeah, this is me being extremely creative. Okay. Swipe. There. Edit. Boom. What is? Yeah, that is a little difficult. Sorry, I had to get the picture up so that I could show you guys. Those are what I'm going to use for our sacred spiral. They are very similar to the Triskela that I was talking about yesterday. So they're actually yep, Triquetra Triskelas. Yay! Oh my god. And I'm super. I love the fact that I'm being able to be really creative again because I have felt like I was in one hell of a creative rut. I was not producing anything, any of the good stuff that I want to. But hey, we'll manage, right? Right. We always do. I had a bunch of messages, so. There we go. Yep, he found his ear again. So Took has this noise that he makes when he's scratching his ear, and it feels really good. It's really weird. Okay. I'm just, oh, dude, I wonder if Sharon still has the herbs. All right. Yay. People are liking my ideas here. Update as to the monetization thing. I know I said something yesterday, but I don't know how much I explained. We have put in the application. It takes a little bit. They have to, because I already had an AdSense account. Yay! Thank God for small miracles. I am in the hurry up and wait. Sign up for AdSense for YouTube. Your account is being created or associated. The approval and association process usually takes several days, but in some cases it can take 2 to 3 weeks. So that is where we are. Once the AdSense thing is done, we will be reviewed, and it says YouTube will review your channel to make sure it complies with the YouTube monetization policies, and this usually takes about a month. So I am figuring that we will be all set up for the monetization by, say, the end of next month. And then I will probably see my first payment around Christmas, my birthday. So that will be a very happy birthday to die. I am going to be working on some digital. Oh! Hello, Celebrity Miracle on Instagram. We forgot to have that up on my screen today. I am working on having some digital downloads. Those will be things like the affirmation cards that I've already created a few of. And I might actually generate some coloring book pages. That is yesterday's. That is interesting. So let's see. Hazel, would it be better for me if we pay for membership on YouTube or Patreon? I am not sure yet. I do know that one of the first things that we will be getting money for here on YouTube will be highlighted comments. I don't know how much that's going to cost you guys or anything. Yeah, I'm in the learning stage here. Yeah. So what the man behind the curtain is saying, and I fully agree with this, once we're able to have the YouTube memberships, they will mirror what Patreon gets and buy me a coffee, because that just makes it easier on me. So I will recommend that if you have joined one, go ahead and join the others. I will have free levels on everything. And I'm trying to figure out, YouTube will not have free, but you guys, this is the free level. I am trying to figure out how, if you're a paid subscriber to Patreon, you can access the paid Buy Me a Coffee benefits. I want to have them all kind of on the same level, but I do not expect you guys to pay for all of them. I know that there are some people who prefer different platforms, and I want to make sure that everybody's getting a lot the same, or if not the same, so there is that. But I also do not want to just copy and paste and have exactly the same content everywhere, because then what's the point of having the different, This is my thoughts. Yes, it makes a whole lot more work for me, but you know what? You guys are worth it. And again, it makes me be creative. Substack. Oh, Substack's already good. Oh yeah, that, and the next level thing that we're going to tackle is figuring out how to go live on Substack, because I do also have a Substack, and I apologize sincerely to everyone for all of my content not happening this week. I'm probably going to try to get most of it up tonight. But with us having lost power over the weekend and then Fuzzbutt getting sick, my week has just been all fouled up. Mimi, I do not expect you to contribute much of anything until you are financially stable, which actually leads me to everyone else. Please, I love you guys, and I love the fact that you guys want to support me and help me and do all of this, but please do not put yourselves at any kind of risk to help us and to subscribe to any of this. That is... It's against my morals. It goes against the ethics of my witchcraft. It goes against the ethics of my yoga. I cannot allow you guys to do that. So please do not put yourselves in harm's way to support me. I would be very upset. Okay. Ad revenue, YouTube premium revenue. All right. I will be looking at that later. Exactly. Man behind the curtain just said in the vertical chat, or the landscape, we don't want anyone else in bad shape because of us. Oh, that's right. It is visible for everybody. Don't apologize, Mimi. That is the way we were raised. We are women in this country. We were raised to put ourselves last and put literally everybody ahead of us, especially if we are wives and mothers. Because we are taught as girls to put everything ahead of ourselves. And once we hit teenage years, the teaching of putting your husband and your children over yourself starts kicking in. I mean, we're even taught to put our pets ahead of ourselves. And that is something that I have been working very, very, very hard to deprogram in myself, because I cannot put everyone ahead of me and my health still be viable. I actually, and the man behind the curtain will confirm this, I have actually tried to be the perfect wife and mom and you know, be Susie, be a homemaker. I was doing great for about 6 weeks. And then it all fell apart. And everything got worse than it was than before I started. So let's please not cause that for anyone else. Oh, I would go hungry for my animals and my children, even though all 3 of my children have their own jobs and can provide for themselves. Nope. I would still give anything and everything I have for them. And that goes for most of my bonus kids, too. Because, well, that's my family. And I, like my husband, was raised that family is everything. Family comes first. So, yeah. Oh, that's a hard one, too. Oof. A witch doctor, huh? Yeah. Hey, some witch doctors are pretty good healers. Say, Mimi. Oh, my God. When I put out the call for the fact that we were anticipating a much larger vet bill for Fuzzbutt, it was so hard. It was really, really, really freaking hard. And I know. Yep, the drip, yeah. IVs are great. I know. And if we tried to send any of it back because it didn't cost that much, they get pissed. But I am incredibly blessed to have the support circle that we have today. That's not what I wanted. Okay, boom. All right. Go take your headache medicine, Hazel, and get some rest. Please do not make your headache turn into a migraine. Oh, dear Lord. Mayday Hospital seems person because they were lost at sea. Yup. Man, if the IV wasn't dripping, If the IV wasn't dripping, that's possibly a problem with the other end of the needle. Yep. Same, Mimi. Where? Where? Oh my gosh, he's checking the bank and he's asking me what something was, and I'm like, I wouldn't have done something that much without saying something. Man just made me panic. Yeah. Yeah. I have no idea. Okay. Okay. I don't know. All right. Yep. Yay. Yep. All right. It really is frustrating and infuriating, my friend. This is just, oh. My Cluck Hut. That is the business that keeps having Monty. Okay. All right. Sorry. Had to check something. My phone was screaming at me about something and I had to check it and it popped Monty up in front of my face. Monty is awesome. Okay. I am disorganized today. I am so incredibly glad it is Thursday because that means that the week is almost over. I am surviving. Okay. All right. I looked. Oh, stretching at the lake. Nope. So, hopefully I'm going to be able to drag people over to help me do some stuff around here. That's my hope right now. Oh, dear Lord. Girl. What did you eat? Oh, you're not kidding, Mimi. We're there too. Yeah, it's definitely her. There ain't nobody else in here. Oh my God. What crawled up your ass and died? Jiminy Christmas. No, don't do that. You'll taste it. I love my furry children, but jeez. I sometimes wonder. I think she's out to kill me. Okay, next question for you guys. Since, pretty much the people here right now are my regulars who have opinions. Yes. Do you guys want to see me start doing an occasional review of tarot card decks or some shit? I am still working on reading the books. It's taking a lot longer than I anticipated because I'm having trouble getting into the books. Yep, been there, done that one. I'm frazzled. I am also very glad that this month is almost over. That's what I thought. I don't want to, become known as the tarot reviewer. But there are just some decks that I really would love to review, like the Buffy deck that I have, or the Mystical Cats. The whole, once I acquire the entire line of these, I want to do a review on the whole series of Seasons of the Witch. There's a Star Trek The Next Generation tarot deck. And there is the ability to partner with Llewellyn to get decks to review. So, I'm hoping to be able to review some decks, review some of the books that I have, and all of that. I want to do more than just what we're doing here, because I don't want to just kind of become another tarot reader, right? Which is why the Witchy 101 is happening. It's also why the Yoga 101 is going to happen, etc., etc. So, also, I am going to basically do away with the Asana classes that I have been trying to teach, because they are not getting any interest. So, we're going to dial back on that. And like I said the other day, I'm going to focus more on the other 7 limbs, especially the yamas and niyamas. Those are the ones that really resonate with me. So, I want to talk more about the whitewashing of yoga in the West. I want to talk about the spiritual bypassing that people do. That actually ties into the, relying on tarot cards and psychic hotlines. I'm going to bypass the fact that this is a spiritual practice for many people, and I'm just going to, take advantage of it. I'm going to capitalize on it, or other stuff, and talk more with you guys about what we do with spa and some of that. I really, really, really want to start marketing my in-person stuff, like my house blessings, my cleansings, etc., etc. Complacent is a good word, Mimi. But I'm not getting bored, but I'm falling into a rut. And with my ADD, if I don't break out of the rut and do something different every once in a while, problems start happening. Let's see, what else are we doing? Oh. Witchy self-care. You're good, John. I understand it. When you have a loved one who is dealing with medical professionals and not getting decent care, it is incredibly frustrating. Especially if that loved one is a woman, because, women frequently get blown off by the medical profession. I'm going to start doing some more witchy self-care stuff as well. I'm being very much called to do that right now. This has me slightly concerned. Okay. Boop, boop. Take a look where. He's looking. Sorry, what made me go, that doesn't sound good? We've got an atmospheric river going that is triggering a flood warning. So we probably will not flood, at least our house, but I do worry about the surrounding communities. I hear that, John. Witchy self-care. What kind of witchy self-care content would you guys like to see? I am just curious. Because this can range anywhere from things like the Namaste and Self-Compassion cards and workbooks that I have, to magical things like aura cleansing for yourself, protection spells, money spells, because abundance spells / money spells is self-care, because as we all know, if you don't have money, you can't do a whole lot in this society. So what else would you guys like to see me do stuff on? And if it is within the realm of possibility, we will try to tackle it. Ooh, I want to do an entire video on closed practices, cultural appropriation, and appreciation, and the difference. Okay. So those are some ideas I've got. So what are you guys thinking? Please scream at me. Tell me. I need external hard drive brains. That's what I need. Hoping to be able to get some more Die the Yoga Witch in the Wild stuff going on. Let's see what else. That's pretty much where I'm at. I feel like I'm talking to myself again. Thank you, Mimi. I am going to be sitting down with cat farts. Oh, also, don't forget, in an hour, we have podcast tonight. Tonight's podcast is Samhain and Scheisenhosen. I can't remember now. Give me just a second. That's right. So, Between the Worlds, Sankalpa, and the Art of Integration. I am still doing the last few tweaks on my script. So we'll see how it goes from there. I am super excited. It's going to be kind of a fun one. I love the fact that I decided Sankalpa would be our word this week. It's okay, Mimi. It's on sub only, so if you don't catch it, you can catch it later. We're not super worried about modding. Hey, we're doing good. Oh, yay! Will's having somebody come give an estimate for Windows. Nice. Are they going to be able to get it done before the weather gets really nasty down there? So yeah, this is what I'm doing. That's true. Hey Rolf, how are you doing today? I'm gonna put my cards away while I'm thinking about it. Elsewise, they're not gonna get put away again today. Oops. I love my brain sometimes. Yep. There it is. Working. Wolf is working. Good. Working is good. It's kind of what I'm doing. I have the worst sense of humor, I swear. Oh, Mimi, my kids got so used to me changing the words to well-known songs, like I've been working on the railroad. That was my favorite one. As we were driving home from dinner, I would start singing. Yup, I have really got to pee now. I have got to pee. I would just do the whole verse. Yeah, I can understand that, Will. That is one of the things that sucks about frickin' health insurance these days. I miss the days of the old, Myrtle Creek Pharmacy with Leo teaching people how to read the labels on the back of over-the-counter medications and saying, see, if you need Benadryl, go over here and you see this says diphenhydramine on it, and if you read the ingredients on the back, it'll tell you just how much is in it and blah, blah. Leo was a lifesaver. And I could talk to Will about this because I think Will's family knew him as well. We grew up in the same town. He still lives there. I miss those days. And things like, I go jumping out of a window and catch my lip on the window screen and rip it open and need a stitch. And my brothers could just walk me down to the doctor and get it taken care of and not have to freak out and worry about, oh my God, is the doctor in network? Is the doctor gonna, is it gonna cost an arm and a leg for one stitch in a 5-year-old? And now, Jiminy Christmas. I don't know. But I hate it. Hey, Kevin, I see ya. I hate the fact, okay, I have a medication that I need. And, the 1-year anniversary of the, doctor prescribing it just happened like within the last couple of weeks. I am still fighting to get the pre-authorization approved. It's unreal. That is one place where I do appreciate the VA slightly more. They generally get pre-authorizations or whatever taken care of much quicker. And another reminder here, speaking of the VA, we will not be live on Monday because I have to go into the hospital on Monday to renew some referrals, get some x-rays done, etc., etc. But the drawback to the VA, biggest drawback to the VA, is how I typically have to wait forever. Okay, so I had an appointment that I had to cancel because I triple booked myself. And so that appointment was supposed to be like October 21st. I rescheduled that appointment, and that particular provider's next appointment was not until late March. This is ridiculous. I will, Mimi. And then let's see what else. Where the fuck did it go? I got that. Where's the pink one? I lost the Oracle cards. Oh, found them. They're under the notebook. See? But yeah, that's what's going on there. I love having access to the VA, and I love the fact that I don't pay for anything out of pocket through the VA because of my rating. But good grief, can it be a pain in the ass to get treatment? Yeah, I figured. C'est la vie, though. Right. That's bad, John, but oh so true. Russian or European? European or you're Russian to peeing? The trippiest thing I have ever had, I was in Naples, Italy. We were walking around downtown Naples, Italy, and I had to go pee. And my now ex-husband and our friend who were stationed there are like, okay, we got to find a public restroom. We found one, and then our friend is like, here, hands me some Kleenexes. I'm like, what the fuck? You're going to need this. Trust me. Go in there. There is no toilet paper in any of the stalls because you either have to provide your own or pay the attendant who was not working at that time to give you toilet paper. And I'm like, that is the most fucked up thing. But apparently it's a thing. I mean, damn. I know that bathroom attendants are a thing here in the States at some bars and clubs, but wow. And yes, I am aware that the way I'm talking right now, I am very much American, but it's just, it was unexpected. I thought the United States was bad about making people pay for shit you needed, but that was impressive. And this was also almost 30 years ago, but I don't believe that's changed. That's true. That is true. The man behind the curtain is pointing out, think about how much TP a rest stop here in the United States goes through, a rest area off the freeway. And think about how much money they can make if they sold the toilet paper. Where's my hair tie? There it is. The only time I have seen a bathroom attendant was at a particular bar that I would go to in San Diego. And I didn't go there very often, but I would occasionally. And they only had an attendant on the weekends. Oh, you are very much going to hell, John. I love it, though. I have some rather gross jokes along those lines that I will be nice and not share, but yeah. Oh, where are they? I am kind of frustrated with myself. The marketing director and I were talking about how to display the earrings once we are ready to sell them, right? And she picked these up for me, and they're awesome. But we had also, just before and this is my ADD kicking in, we had also just before we discussed these, discussed using a picture frame and lace. But I gotta show you guys, since I took the earrings out. I probably will. Ah! Earring attacked. Is that anything like a chicken attack? Die. Shut up. So. Boom. Ba-da-boom, boom. Aren't those great? It's a neat little thingamajigger hang tag, and it says, handmade with love. Which they are. But the problem is, while these have the thingy to put them, hang them on something, I'm going to be displaying the earrings by hanging them from either a piece of twine or something in a picture frame. But I thought those were really cute and really cool. I'm super, super, super excited about this whole business thing and being able to do some more of this stuff. And my ideas are just... I do that so often, Mimi. All right, y'all. We have been here for 2 hours. I need to get these furry demons out to remove the turd that is honking for right of way from one of them. And the other two just need to go water the tree. And then we will be ready to do podcast. So, please, please, please come back in about an hour for the podcast. And I'm going to remind you all to please go out there and spread love, joy, and kindness. There is already enough darkness and hate. Please, let's try to be beacons of hope and light for those lost in the dark. Tell your loved ones, be they walking on 2 legs, flying with wings, curling up with fur, gliding on scales, or tiptoeing with paws and tiny claws, that they are absolutely precious to you. Those moments slip away faster than we expect, and those last goodbyes often come far too soon. And my witchlings, always, always remember, you are loved, you are wanted, you are needed, and you do have a purpose here, even if you haven't figured it out yet. I was 45 before I did. I love you guys all to bits. Namaste, my witchlings.